The click of my utility cart echoed through the marble lobby of Winter Tower, Manhattan's most prestigious office building. At 3 a.m., the usual bustle of Wall Street executives was replaced by the hum of floor buffers and the faint scent of lemon cleaner. "Look who it is. The family disappointment." My brother Michael's voice cut through the silence. He stood by the security desk in his tailored suit, apparently working late again at the investment firm where he was junior partner. I kept my head down, focusing on the brass trim I was polishing. My cleaning uniform concealed the designer silk blouse underneath. One of many secrets I'd kept this past year. "Olivia, seriously, how long are you going to keep this up?" He gestured around the lobby. "From Wharton Business School to scrubbing floors. Mom cries about it at every family dinner you skip." "I like honest work," I replied simply, knowing it would infuriate him more than any defense. "Honest work." He scoffed, checking his Rolex, a gift from Mom and Dad for his last promotion. "You're throwing away your education to push a mop. Dad had to tell his golf buddies you moved to Europe." I suppressed a smile, thinking of the documents sitting in my private office on the top floor. The office nobody knew existed, just like the company I'd built while they thought I was finding myself. "Speaking of Dad," Michael continued, "he's retiring next month. The firm's buying out his stake in the building. You should come to the party, if you can afford a proper dress on your salary." The irony almost made me laugh. Dad's firm owned exactly 23% of Winter Tower. I knew because I'd spent the last year quietly buying up the rest through a maze of shell companies. "I'll think about it," I said, moving my cart toward the elevator banks. "Don't bother." He straightened his tie. "The guest list is exclusive. Fortune 500 CEOs, real estate moguls. Not exactly your crowd anymore. Though I suppose you could always apply to be part of the catering staff." My phone buzzed in my pocket. Likely my lawyers confirming the final paperwork. Tomorrow morning, Forbes would announce the youngest self-made billionaire in real estate history. The photo they'd used for the cover story showed me in a power suit, not these cleaning clothes. "You know, Liv," Michael's voice softened with fake concern, "it's not too late. I could talk to some people, get you an entry-level position somewhere. Even a receptionist job would be better than this." He waved at my cleaning cart. I checked my watch, a modest Timex over my actual Patek Philippe. 6 more hours until the announcement. 6 hours until everything changed. "Still think you're too good to take help from your successful brother?" He smirked. "Still scrubbing floors at 30 while I'm making partner?" The TV in the lobby flickered with late-night business news. Soon it would carry a very different story about the Winter family legacy. "You're right, Michael," I said, pushing my cart into the elevator. "Things definitely need to change." "Finally seeing sense?" He called after me. "You could say that." I smiled as the doors closed. "See you at the retirement party." The elevator climbed to the executive floor where my real office awaited. In a few hours, everyone would learn who really owned this building, and exactly what kind of work I'd been doing while pushing my cleaning cart through the halls of power. The retirement party was in full swing when I arrived at Winter Tower's prestigious 50th floor restaurant. Crystal chandeliers sparkled above Manhattan's elite as they celebrated my father's 30 years in real estate. I'd swapped my cleaning uniform for an understated black Chanel dress, but my family's reactions remained predictably dismissive. "Oh, you actually came," Mom said, her smile strained. "And you're dressed appropriately." She fingered her own designer gown, a not-so-subtle reminder of the lifestyle gap she perceived between us. "Wouldn't miss it," I replied, checking my phone. The Forbes announcement was scheduled for exactly 8:30 p.m., 10 minutes from now. "Olivia's taking a break from her maintenance duties," Michael announced to his colleagues, drawing snickers. "Though I'm sure someone needs to clean up after the party." Dad approached, champagne in hand. "Princess, we appreciate the effort, but this is an important business event. The new building owners will be announced tonight, and we need to make a good impression." "The new owners?" I raised an eyebrow. "Do tell." "Sterling International Properties," Michael boasted. "Biggest real estate firm in the city. They're buying out everyone, Dad's share, the other partners, everything. I helped broker the deal myself." I smiled, knowing Sterling International had been outbid weeks ago, by me. "They're announcing it at 8:30, Dad added proudly. "Michael's getting a significant promotion for arranging the sale." "Really?" I checked my watch. How interesting. The large screens around the restaurant, usually displaying market data, suddenly switched to breaking news. The Forbes logo appeared as the announcement began. Breaking news. Manhattan's youngest real estate billionaire revealed. The room fell silent as my professional headshot filled the screens. Michael's champagne glass slipped from his hand, shattering on the marble floor. Winter Tower, along with 12 other premium Manhattan properties, has been acquired by Quantum Holdings, led by 30-year-old CEO Olivia Winter. That's impossible, Michael stammered. Sterling International's bid was rejected months ago, I said calmly as smartphones around the room began buzzing with the news. They never stood a chance against my offer. Your offer? Dad's face had gone pale. But you're a cleaning lady? I smiled. That was just market research. I wanted to know every inch of my buildings before I bought them. Nothing shows you a property's true value like maintaining it yourself. The screens displayed more details. Winter's strategic acquisition of Manhattan's premier properties, valued at $4.8 billion, marks the largest real estate deal of the year. But, the money. Mom whispered. How did you? Remember that tech startup I launched in college? The one you called a cute hobby? I pulled out my phone showing them my company's stock price. We went public last year. I've been reinvesting the profits in real estate ever since. Michael's face darkened. The cleaning job, you were spying on us? Due diligence, I corrected. I learned more pushing my cart through these halls than you did sitting in your corner office. By the way, that office belongs to me now. All the offices do. The restaurant's manager approached nervously. Ms. Winter, your executive team is waiting in the private dining room. Thank you, James. I turned back to my stunned family. If you'll excuse me, I need to address my new tenants. Tenants? Dad's voice cracked. Yes. As of midnight, all existing access credentials will be revoked pending new lease negotiations. I smiled at Michael. You might want to clean out your desk before then. 1 month later, I sat behind my desk in the penthouse office of Winter Tower, now officially renamed Quantum Plaza. The morning sun cast long shadows across Manhattan's skyline, my newly acquired buildings gleaming like chess pieces on the urban board. My intercom buzzed. Ms. Winter, your family is here for the scheduled meeting. Send them in, Sarah. They entered cautiously, quite different from their confident struts of the past. Michael had traded his bespoke suits for something off the rack. Mom's designer handbag was last season's model. Dad just looked tired. Please sit. I gestured to the leather chairs facing my desk. I believe we have some business to discuss. Olivia, Dad started, we've been trying to reach you for weeks. I've been busy, I replied, pulling up holographic displays of building schematics. Restructuring a multi-billion-dollar real estate portfolio takes time. But I'm here now. About my office. Michael began. Former office, I corrected. As I mentioned, all leases are under review. Your firm's rent was significantly below market value, an oversight I'm correcting. Mom leaned forward. Darling, surely family. Family. I raised an eyebrow. Like when you told your friends I had a mental breakdown and became a janitor. Or when Michael had security escort me out of the lobby for loitering during my night shift. They had the grace to look embarrassed. But, I continued, pulling up new documents, family is still family. I have proposals for each of you. I turned to Michael. Your investment firm can keep its offices at fair market rate. However, you'll be dealing with my management team, not me. Business and family should remain separate, don't you agree? He nodded stiffly, likely remembering all the times he'd bragged about mixing the two. Dad, I shifted focus. Your retirement portfolio took a hit when your ownership stake turned out to be worthless. I'm offering you a consulting position. Your experience could be valuable if you're willing to learn the new way we do things. And me? Mom asked quietly. The charity foundation needs a social director. Someone who knows Manhattan's elite. Interested? They stared at the contracts I slid across the desk. This is generous, Dad admitted. It's business, I corrected. The same business you taught me, though perhaps not the way you intended. My phone buzzed. Ms. Winter, Sarah's voice came through. The mayor is calling about the affordable housing initiative. Tell him I'll call back. Family meeting. Michael looked up sharply at those words. You're meeting with the mayor? Among others. I stood walking to the window. Turns out cleaning ladies hear a lot about the city's housing crisis. I'm doing something about it. Using our family's buildings for affordable housing? Mom looked horrified. No, I smiled. Using my buildings to change lives. Like when a cleaning job changed mine. We were wrong, Dad said suddenly. About you, about everything. Yes, you were. I turned back to them. But now you have a choice. Sign these contracts, join the new era of winter properties. Under my terms. Or don't. Manhattan has plenty of other office space. Michael picked up a pen first. I understand now why you did it this way. Do you? I asked. Because here's what I learned pushing that cleaning cart. True power isn't in having the biggest office. It's in knowing every detail, every person, every opportunity others are too proud to see. One by one they signed. Welcome to my company, I said, pressing a button to summon Sarah. She'll show you to your new offices. Much smaller than your old ones but with better views. As they stood to leave I added, oh, and Michael? The cleaning staff gets full benefits and stock options now. You might want to be nicer to them. They could be your future boss. Alone in my office I looked out at my empire built from the ground up, literally. The cleaning cart that started it all still sat in my private gallery. A reminder that sometimes the best way to reach the top is to start at the bottom. My phone buzzed again. Another mayor, another deal, another opportunity. But now everyone knew exactly who they were dealing with. Not just a cleaning lady, but the owner of everything they thought was above her.